This is judicial system. So we have a common judicial system for the entire country, unlike American judicial system. So in America, they have separate courts for central and states, whereas in our country we have a common judicial system. So our judiciary is independent of guidance of legislature and executive. So the high courts, subordinate courts and district courts, they function under the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is the highest court of law. So its judgment is final. So coming to Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court came into existence by an Act of Parliament on January 28th, 1950. So it is in New Delhi, and the President of India appoints the Chief Justice and other judges of Supreme Court. So at present there are 31 judges including the Chief Justice. The qualification for Supreme Court judge. So he should be citizen of India, and he should have served High Court as High Court judge for at least 5 years, or should have been an advocate of High Court for at least 10 years, or should be a distinguished jurist as per President's opinion. So his retirement age of Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is 65 years. So functions and powers. So original powers of Supreme Court are resolving the disputes between union and states. So if there are any differences between union, central government and state governments, or between two states, safeguarding the fundamental rights of citizens, interpreting the provisions of the Constitution and passing on writs. Then appellate powers. So citizens may file cases in Supreme Court against the judgment given in the lower courts. Then advisory powers. So Supreme Court may advise the President when he seeks its opinion in important public issues. Then comes the High Court. So the Constitution provides for a High Court in every state, but sometimes there is one High Court for two or more states. So the High Court consists of the Chief Justice and other judges. Number of judges varies from state to state. So you can see the picture of High Court in Bengaluru. So qualification of High Court judge. He should be citizen of India. He should have served as judiciary officer in judicial office or worked as an advocate of High Court for 10 years. He should be a distinguished jurist as per the opinion of the President. And the age of retirement of High Court judge is 62 years. So functions of High Court. So the High Court has power over whole state. So its functions are the original power to resolve civil and criminal cases, naval, marital and contempt of court cases, to admit appeals against the judgments passed by subordinate courts in civil and criminal cases, to direct transfer of cases from lower courts to High Court, to supervise the working of the subordinate courts, to admit writ petition, to safeguard the fundamental rights and other legal rights of citizens. So here you can see the chart. So on the top we have Supreme Court, then State High Court, then District and Sessions Court. Then you have Senior Division Court and Chief Judicial Magistrate. So subordinate courts. The Conference of courts that was held in 1948 urged for independence of subordinate courts. So as a result, specifications about the structure and scope of the subordinate courts have been included in the Constitution. So courts have been classified into two kinds, civil courts and criminal courts. So civil court, every district has a civil court and district judge is its chief judge. So governor appoints the district judge in consultation with the judges of High Court. Then civil courts settle disputes related to civil matters like property, land, monetary transactions, marriage, divorce, and others. So subordinate courts, these are under the district court, court of subordinate judges, court of additional subordinate judges, court of munsif, court of additional munsif. So criminal court. So these courts came into existence on 1st April 1974. So these are also known as district magistrate courts. So they function under the High Court. So the highest criminal court at the district level is the Sessions Court. The district judge performs the function of judge of this court too. So the cases like crimes like murder, robbery, dacoity, etc. are taken up by the criminal court. So it has the powers to issue death sentences and also life imprisonment sentences. Then comes Chief Magistrate Court, First Grade Magistrate Court, Second Grade Magistrate Court, Third Grade Magistrate Court. Then you have the Revenue Courts. So under that, there are revenue courts in every district. So they take up cases related to land tax, land records, etc. So revenue courts comprise following courts: Tahsildar Court, District Subdivisional Officers Court, District Revenue Court or District Magistrate Court, Commissioners Court. So Revenue Board, this is the highest court dealing with revenue cases. So revenue means land revenue. So the Revenue Secretary is its head and the court functions under the supervision of the High Court. Then we have the People's Court, that is Lok Adalat. So in India, the legal procedure is quite time taking and very expensive. So the cases go on for years together. As an alternative, the government has set up other forms of legal institutions which function faster and are less expensive. So these institutions came into existence in 1985. So one of them is Lok Adalat. So it takes up cases from parties who mutually agree to settle the cases amicably. So through compromise, such cases are solved. So these are established only in some states like Gujarat, New Delhi, Karnataka and few others. So cases which have not yet been disposed of by other courts or the High Court can be settled by Lok Adalat. So there are three features. It lays stress on compromise, it is fast and cheap, it reduces the judicial burden on other courts. So Lok Adalats take up cases related to vehicle accidents, land possession, banking, marriage and alimony, laborers' problems, etc. So these courts are established by either the district law authority or the taluk law authority. So two mediators will be present. So judgments given by the Lok Adalat are final and binding on both the parties, and appeals cannot be filed against them. So these judgments enjoy the same respect that judgments of civil courts do.